Let's get back to work. Let's discuss proper understanding of embarrassment. Okay. People think, well, aren't you embarrassed about some of the things you do and say? No, not at all. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I restored validity to religion. I corrected scientists that were mass murdering people because of bad brain activity. Yeah, I'm anonymously being abused by those perverts here in my place of birth, but they've been doing that since before I was born. So, as far as being embarrassed, don't you think Vivica Fox should be embarrassed by still doing car shield commercials and letting people diss me on her Facebook? Think that's embarrassing? And like Chadwick Boseman passed away, and I was trying to get him to act like Haile Selassie, and some guy tried to correct me because he's dying from cancer. It's like, for all you know, I have worse chemical poisoning than he does, but I'm still surviving it because I'm a healthier person. I'm not violently trying to compete with people over money, making myself sick because I stress myself out too much. So you get a lot of people and no, I'm just discussing things pragmatically. If you can't understand things pragmatically, you may not want to, if you consider yourself a religious person, pray to the spirit of Jesus for any kind of answers. Why is this? Why is that? Like that song by England's and John Floyd Corley, who knows why someday we all must die. It's a life of sacrifice. If you live forever, sexual relationships don't make sense. Having children and caring about children and appreciating the gift of life makes no sense. So it's real easy to understand why we all die. It's not necessary for us to suffer, but suffering is caused by selfishness. If you go back and look through history, people that want something and take it make other people suffering by taking what they want when other people need. And other people obviously don't want, there's a lot of people that are always trying to take what they want. And then they talk about success and they say you have to sacrifice to be successful. And it's like, successful, what's successful? You mass murder each other, you're selfish, you build robots to protect yourself from the other selfish people, and then say you're successful at being selfish and killing other selfish people and protecting yourself from being killed by other selfish people. Have you watched the 6 o'clock and the 10 o'clock fucking news? So when you get people, it's like, aren't you embarrassed? About fucking what? What should I be embarrassed about? Am I on TV doing all the shit that the assholes on TV are doing? I have nothing to be embarrassed of. Not at all. I mean, you should be embarrassed by the way I look and the way I feel. I'm the best man in the United States, possibly the world right now. I look and feel like shit because I'm treated like shit by a bunch of selfish assholes. And for some reason, you're not embarrassed by this. And then I should be, why the fuck should I be embarrassed? Okay? Any woman I've shown romantic interest in, that's ignored me should be embarrassed that she's being fucked by a dog because she's acting like one in heat. Wait. In King David's time, I would have had my choice of women because they would have said, he restored the value of our lives and he won't let people take away our virtue and the ability to have children in love because we got raped by a pervert like Goliath. He's gorgeous. Thank you. I totally agree. But now, as far as we are what we do. I look and feel like shit because you're a selfish, fucking, pathetic cow. Okay, do we have to go over this again? Okay. It's really difficult trying to explain this to people when they're so fucking stupid. It's really hard. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. And my life, was in documentation that has been talked about worldwide before I was physically born. That's how important of a person I am. And then you get a bunch of assholes that want to replace me with their egos and then say, you're not very important. We can run you over in the parking lot of Best Buy if you do exist. And you got a lot of people, you want to put a statue up of yourself. Did you know Hitler had statues? Joseph Stalin had statues of himself. Saddam Hussein also had statues of himself in his hometown. Place where he was born to it or whatever, right? Did you know most of the people that have very large statues throughout the world? Here, they tore down the Iñárritu statue. They changed the name of the high school because he was not a very nice person. You know, history said, oh, he's this great conqueror. And then they said, oh, he's this murdering, marauding shithead, right? And how many times is that under political correctness in the United States of America happening every faith-forsaken fucking day because they're on TV, build a robot, keep it safe from being killed by the people that build a robot to kill me. You know, and that's what all the successful people you see on TV, okay, are using technology to keep themselves safe from being murdered by other people they're engaging in philanthropy that are involved with murder with to be successful, you know, and then they say they sacrifice so hard to be successful at this. And you're like, no, sacrifice is Jesus Christ, okay, standing for your value of life and perfect, immaculate faith, and then being murdered by a bunch of selfish cowards and then turned into a comic book character, okay? Hi, I understand sacrifice real well, okay? You haven't sacrificed a day in your life to do anything faithful, loving, kind, brave, intelligent. No. If it's not all about you and your great legacy of your selfishness, you won't suffer for it. And you consider suffering? No, man, I proved to him in 2017. I got myself in shape. I didn't overdo it. I was real healthy mentally and emotionally. I go to the hospital and they're like, hey, you need to stop doing drugs and alcohol. Oh, that'd be wonderful if I was doing drugs and alcohol. I could keep myself from getting sick from drugs and alcohol if I was doing okay. You know. And so, you know, all the perverts that keep you selfish and cause suffering. Suffering is when someone is as beautiful as me and they're abused by selfish fucking cows like you. Go build the wall. Go build the pyramids. The albatross started to drool. Are you sure about that? Is your wormhole working properly so you can go back in time to see the albatross drooling and saying it's drooling? Are you sure they were drooling at formation of albatrossing? Maybe they developed drooling over years because of bad brain activity and human pollution. You don't know. All you twisted tea drinkers, sorry, dumbass motherfuckers. You're not God. Okay, so stop doing that. Yeah, there's arbitrage. You don't know if they were drooling. The drooling glands may not have came about and dissolved before you could study the bones of the albatross, you know, before, you know. I'm being, sorry, sarcastic and facetious, and it's very funny. Thank you very much. You're welcome. But, I do this. Yeah, I do this. You have to. I went to check on some stuff about coding stuff on the video game stuff, and I was like, oh, gosh, no. Ugh. I looked at the codes on it and went, oh, hell no, I ain't even going to touch that. Well, when you have something artistic, you just share it. You should just be able to move it from, okay, here, this is my, you see Santa Barbara, gotcha, there you go, you play for two, okay, thank you, yay. Okay. When you have something that people can have fun with and it's not causing any problems, you know, if we build our video game systems to last and we don't put them on disc to sell the discs because it costs so much make-believe money to make the hard, you know, if we do something and you build it to last and then you build it to last and then people enjoy it and it gives them something to do, you know, in their spare time to help, you know, get rid of a lot of that fidgety, excessive, compulsive bullshit. And then after a while they put it down and go, oh, this is annoying. Yeah, maybe we ought to go garden and snuggle. They need a whole thing of Tall House cookie dough all at once. Make snow angels in Flagstaff. I'm just being silly. You Buddy the Elf, it's one of my favorite movies. It's stupid. It's very stupid, but it's funny. I told you guys, man, even after it makes no sense, you can still laugh. You know, Benny Hill. You know, I watch a lot of that stuff, and, you know, it's when he's the roundhead and he's taking the message and he gets on top of the old lady and she carries it, and it's actually a little suit thing that makes it look like the old lady's carrying him. And it's funny, though. He's a funny dude. He's a very funny guy. You know, he helped people laugh to get through hell. That's a special gift. The sad thing is they said he died paranoid about all his money, died counting his money on his couch. It's sad. It's very sad. What else is sad is all these kids that are excessive compulsive on TV think they're rich and famous and think, this is one of the greatest times to be alive because of how much money you can make being a complete idiot on TV. So, we're post-apocalypse. It's not a good time to... Okay. It's a bad time to be a propaganda tool bag. It's never a good time to be a propaganda tool bag, but after the book of Revelation has been understood, corrected, and fulfilled and everything like that, it's a very bad time to be a propaganda tool bag. It's even more of a bad time to be the Goebbels person using other people as propaganda tool bags because you're a brain capable addict and talk them into doing it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so let's load this one up. But you got to understand how to be properly embarrassed. Are you making commercials on TV for fuck money? Well, then you should be embarrassed. As far as me being embarrassed, you should be embarrassed by the way I look and I feel because I'm gorgeous, beautiful, brave, faithful, and kind, and you're a pathetic, selfish, cause suffering other people because of your selfishness bag of dookie. And the best thing you'll ever do for your world and your physical body is provide fertilizer for other living things. The grass, and then the antelope will eat the grass, and then the lions will eat the antelope. You know what I'm saying there? Okay. Want to buy a plastic toy for my store? I'm stupid. Okay, I love you guys, all right? Peace.